Yeah, what's up?
So welcome to the NLTP Week 2 stream, game between Pop Culture and the Whitecaps, which promises to be an exciting matchup. Here we have Dope from Pop Culture. You ready for a little pre-game interview?
Yeah, sure.
So what is your opening strategy on this week's map, Wormy?
Cap? I don't know, there's not really a strategy to it. We should
So his opening strategy is no strategy. What do you think the final score will be?
I think we're just all gonna go. I think our plan is just to all go AFK and let them get as many caps as possible.
That sounds like a plan. If you had one game prediction, what do you think the final score will be between these two teams?
I can't really predict the score, but I'm feeling pretty confident in my team right about now.
No, that's a cop-out. You have to just give us a score. We don't give a shit.
Okay. Like in total, game 1, game 2, or aggregate of all games?
All games together.
12-7.
12-7 for Pop Culture?
Yeah.
Alright. It's in the books. It's written down.
Alright. Did you actually write it down, or are you lying to me?
No, I've tattooed it on my arm. It better be correct.
Alright, buddy. Good luck.
Alright. I'm gonna go back to my channel. Thanks for streaming this, guys. You're welcome.
It's our pleasure.
Alright, and momentarily we should be getting S up in here for the Whitecaps.
I can't figure out if it's just shy or he's unprepared for the question, but I mean...
I get the feeling he's just shy, and he might not want to reveal his opening strategy. Or maybe he does indeed plan on going AFK. We'll find out pretty soon.
Do you remember that full stop game against Swingman's team?
Yeah, I do.
Oh my god, that was bullshit.
Hashtag fun over winning.
Hashtag Swingman quotes.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to get S up in here, who's the co-captain for the Whitecaps. See what he thinks this opening game. Hello, S. How's it going?
Not too bad.
So we have
a show on the road.
So are we. So we have a couple quick questions for you before you start the game. First off, do you have any opening strategy on this week's map, Wormy?
We didn't really talk strats too much throughout the week. We just practiced a lot, tried to find things that would work for us. We didn't really have anything set in stone. We're just kind of rolling with whatever we do. So
going for a bit of improvisation then.
Yeah, pretty much. It's been working pretty well throughout practice, so I'm excited to see how this goes in game.
Yeah, so am I. And another question, this one you can't cop out of it. What do you predict the final score of these two games to be? Give me a number.
Oh, man. I think it is going to be a close one, because, I mean, both of these teams are pretty solid teams, I believe. Like, total, like, both games together.
Yep, absolutely.
I'm going to say, I mean, obviously I have to pick my own team. I'm going to say 15-12 us.
Oh, wow. Close game, 3-cap differential. We'll see if it works out.
Yep.
All right, well, good luck, guys.
All right, thanks, guys.
Are you guys using jerseys? Okay.
So it looks like both teams are either quite unprepared for the beginning of the game, or they both are planning on just improvising. I think in each case they're going to try to go for the mid power-up, which is usually assumed in terms of opening strategy. But apart from that, it's probably just going to be really stammering for the top and bottom, seeing which ones they can get, which ones they can't.
Yeah, to be honest, spawns play a huge part in contesting for power-ups in Wormy, but you can kind of try to use the bomb to get yourself to a better starting position. You can use the bomb to contest the power-up that is nearest to your base, or you can use it to contest middle. Both are kind of risky, and to be honest, I would personally take that risk every single time, because like I believe that on Wormy, power-ups is the key to winning games.
Mm-hmm.
Before, when Wormy first came out, I remember it being characterized as an extremely defensive map. However, having played it in minors about last week, I've realized that offense has figured out the map to an extent where Wormy can actually get really, really crazy. And power-ups on Wormy, I think, is more important than almost any other map.
Just to get back to that, right after this, speaking of spawns, you can see Clay Rocks is spawned, and the only spawn that is outside of the base on Wormy. Let's see if he can use the bomb to his advantage. He opts to just walk it. And it looks like he's going to get a rolling bomb, and S makes a smart play. Let's go with the rolling bomb mid in order to go get that tag at the top. Except he accidentally grabs. Smart play to suicide.
That is actually such a good play.
It's a good play. I'm not sure if it was intentional, but he manages to reset and base with the tag throw, hopefully clear it up. And Risby with a great grab, but Clay Rocks takes advantage. And the score is already 1-0 for Pop Culture. Oh wait, no, not for Pop Culture. The score is 1-0 for the Whitecaps.
That is a sick bit of improvisation, if that was actually improvisation. Because that was really awesome.
They really took advantage of the power-ups they had at their disposition. And so in red here is the Whitecaps, and in blue is the Pop Culture. Although it appears for stream you guys might have jerseys, so that might clear things up a bit better for you guys. We'll try using the team names as much as we can. Oh, what a split by Squid! That was dirty.
That was nice, but that was weird. Do you think? On my screen, it looked like it was free. That was kind of strange.
He was pretty free, but then he wasn't confident enough to go for it. Oh, a nice juke by Dope, and he's going to get that juke juice because of it. But again, they're free if they just go straight, but instead they try for the juke. And Mikasso's got the bomb down, but Squid manages to evade it. And in the case where Squid made his split, he went back and somehow, even though it was the wrong move, he somehow managed to survive it. So props to him on that one. And so interesting fact about Squid, he missed last week's game. He wasn't there for one of Novice League, meaning that Joey, who's the Pop Culture's 4th pick, played offense in place of the Squid. And Squid is he's much younger than Joey, but I think he's also a bit less experienced in terms of competitive tag pro. But he has immense levels to make up for it. Yeah,
dude, Squid is like a minor.
Oh, really?
Minors.
Wow, I did not know that. In that case,
he started playing the same season as I did.
I do stand corrected. What season is that?
Season 4.
Wow, big battle for the rolling bomb in the middle. But the fact. Oh!
Wow! Dope! That was so dope.
That was amazing. It's Squid coming in for the second quick cap, not quite, but oh man, using that double boost to full advantage and somehow manages to thread the needle on his way back into base. I'm not sure if that was intentional or not. I think he probably just decided might as well try. There's nothing to lose. And it worked out for him, tying up the game. But what I was saying is about Squid is that even though he missed week 1, Joey had a fantastic week on offense and velocity. And that gave Dope a bit of a lineup headache or roster headache for this week, given the fact that he had 2 great offensive partners whom he could play with this week. In the end, though, it seems like Joey opted to let Squid play. Joey actually requested that Dope play with Squid for this week's matchups. He seemed to be getting a bit more frustrated than he wanted to on Wormy in practice. So far, Squid's been doing pretty decently. He's been covering on regrab for Dope and secures the bottom tag row. Not sure if that was intentional or not, but it worked out. He managed to get that contact on the main middle tag pro and not get killed. You know how sometimes you just stick to it long enough and you'll survive? And that's what he did, and somehow managed to get that bottom tag pro from it. But now Mikasso's out ahead of 2 players. If that's returned, this is a cap. And he does. Score is 2-1 the Caps. Great patience by Mikasso to just linger on that flag a bit longer. Probably had a great communication from his teammates.
Very high scoring game for Wormy right now. And I like it. Sometimes it gets a little boring just watching people run around on this map.
Yeah, this map can get chasey if the offensive players have their boost lines correctly. It's really hard to get the return on a good offensive player. Great bomb by Dope right there. Squid was in place but couldn't quite get his momentum backwards to get the return, and Dope recognized that and went for the bomb. Although, speaking of bombs, that bomb was a bit premature by Dope. I think if he'd waited a bit longer, would have given a bit more time for time. You have to give Mikasso credit for that play too. Fair enough. Agreed. And it looks like Mikasso might be going in for another cap. Score is now 3-1, his second cap of the game. Great cap by Mikasso. Good heads-up play, getting that rolling bomb and just heading into base. He knew he had the time and the space to go for it.
Yep.
Oftentimes on maps like Wormy, offensive players, their main crutch is the fact that they wait too long to get into base, and then it's almost guaranteed that, especially on a map like this one, everyone will be back in base playing offensive defense. And so he knew he had to seize his chance while he could when there were only 2 in base. And he did it, and it worked out for him.
Dangerous, really dangerous. Oh, Time manages to close down on Red FC.
And lots of risky grabs on the Pop Culture team. Looks like they're going for the Wow Such Pro strategy of grab and get out rather than play sound offensive defense. And it hasn't been working too well for them so far.
To be fair, I think that it's just that the power-up I wouldn't say power-up domination, but on Wormy, sometimes power-up is a little bit luck-based in the sense that the red team did not get the power-ups when they needed it, and the blue team did.
And speaking of power-ups, Dope managed to get both those juke juices. Good fight, using his juke juice to secure the one at the top. I think Clayrox was the one who got the rolling bomb at the bottom, defused, but he manages to get a great grab off with that boost, or with the bomb, but Time has him contained, and it looks like it might be a return here. Oh, but Clayrox makes a corner juke on Time! Oh, and he jukes Rizzy! Can he make it 3? Can he make it 3? Oh, man, this is...
Squid didn't give him a chance.
He jukes Rizzy B. Although Time has the boosts lined up, so he's gonna... nice return by Time, stopping his momentum right there. Clayrox, when you get in your groove, it's really hard to stop him.
That's a pretty difficult snipe.
It's difficult, and it's risky. He was the second man back. If he didn't get that snipe, that was likely another cap. And Dope gets another...
just dominating power-ups against... Oh, okay, never mind. Forget I said anything.
That's okay. Rizzy's gonna get the tag throw if he doesn't mess up, and...
Beautiful.
Pop Culture has now gotten...
Blue really needs this. Blue needs this right now.
Pop Culture has now gotten 5 of the last 6 power-ups in this map. This is gonna help them get back, try to close the gap. Rizzy going flag pro.
That was smart in my opinion. He was almost out of it, but didn't have time to make a good grab.
If he still had about 6 seconds left on that tag throw, and if he'd waited about 1 or 2 seconds for Dope to come in, he could have tried to at least get a quality grab off with his offensive partner. But speaking of quality grabs, it looks like he's going to use that bomb to good effect, allowing Dope to get out. I think that bomb is one of the most underrated grabbing mechanisms on this map. And they use it quite well. A bit of a set play where you get your offensive partner to stand right above the bomb to trigger them.
Pass 2. Okay, he takes... What?
He survives! So many threading of the needles here. First Dope, now Squid. And Squid secures the middle power up.
Take risks. I love it.
Making for quite the entertaining game. And another 2 power-ups for Pop Culture, who now have 7 of the last 9 power-ups, but have nothing to show for them. And great juke by Squid. Looks like he's going to get the blocks. 3-2 is the score. I think the key to that cap was Squid's juke in base managed to juke the spawning player along with both of the ones who were containing him.
Yeah, that was definitely him. He got past 3. He had momentum going in, like in the sense that he was moving fast, whereas the offensive is... Okay, so it is much more difficult to juke someone when you are stationary and he's also stationary. It is much easier to juke someone if you're moving pretty quickly and he has just a moment to decide where you're gonna go.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially with a good juker like Squid, you don't have to be too aggressive as a defender. Even just the slightest bit of aggression can be taken advantage of by good jukers like him, and that's exactly what he did there for his cap. Now we can see we're going for amoeba strats with 6 guys competing for the middle flower, and it is a rolling bomb blasting everyone away.
2 rolling bombs?
Gotta love that. I don't even know who got it.
Really well. This guy's doing really well on power control. I'm loving it.
Yeah, for a novice league game, this is really high level in terms of power up timing, but I think it shows that both of these squads are quite veteran with 2 or 3 players who've played competitive in minor and major league levels in the past. And another great snipe by Rizzy B, as I say that. This is his second clutch snipe using that boost this game. With the tag pro lead, it looked like it might be a cap if Rizzy B couldn't make it, and Rizzy B, again, he came up big. And you can see Squid here, using Fred as his bomb diffuser, gets past 3. All he needs is a block on Mikaso. Mikaso coming out, cutting down the angle, and this is a great heads-up play by Mikaso, allowing his offensive defense to come and settle in. But again, you saw right there, Squid, even though he didn't have his offensive partner in base, he used the bombs to grab. He made sure that the opponent defender... tight jukes by Squid. Can he make it past? Not quite. Mikaso had the angle there. But meanwhile, Dope waits for the juke juice in the middle and goes for the grab instead of going for the bottom power-up.
Dangerous.
Very dangerous. A blind snipe, and S knew what he was doing. He was sitting in that lane. There's almost no way you can get past defender sitting in that lane using that boost. You have to
even if
either
you
be
do it,
very
it's
skilled
just-
or very lucky.
It's just
and
it's pretty much luck because you don't know where exactly he is. You just have to take the boost and hope for it.
so Dope is going to try to go the outside route and maybe set up a handoff for Squid. Oh, going for the juke instead. I was
Still alive,
pretty sure he was
still alive.
spiking. Kind of has to juke now.
What? Oh, okay.
That nearly worked.
If he made that, that would have been amazing.
And with 0 seconds left in the first half, the score is 3-2 in favor of the Whitecaps. In terms of hold, it has been pretty low hold. 2 minutes 44 for the Whitecaps, 2 minutes 54 for the Pop Culture. But it's been a really high-scoring game, and I think, as you said, it's chalked up to all the risks that have been taken. You can see that Whitecaps have 45 tags to Pop Culture's 29. So Pop Culture has definitely been taking more risks on offense, and even though at the beginning of the game they got back into a pretty bad rut with a 3-1 deficit, taking those risks really allowed them to get both of their caps, actually. Dope's cap where he absolutely threaded the needle, and Squid's cap where he juked 3. And it looks like we're going to be switching servers to Radius for the second half.
I think that was pretty much a double-edged sword, to be honest. If you compare the differences between NLTP, if you go and watch a Major League stream of Wormy, you will realize that the Major League players are extremely conservative.
Absolutely.
A lot of them will wait for their regrab to be at least somewhat in position before trying to make a play like what Dope did. But the reason why Dope that half was, in my opinion, was much more entertaining to watch than probably almost every single Major League game that was played on Wormy.
I have to agree with that.
They took the risks, and when you take risks, you get crazy plays.
Yeah, and
but
that wasn't just Pop Culture.
That also contributes to the low hold time, in the sense that if you don't set up regrabs, you're probably not going to be keeping the flag out most of the time.
Yeah, much more preventing when you're not setting the regrab, and we noticed that through the statistics. But the flashy plays were really abundant. I'd say 3 or 4 flashy caps out of the 5 that we'd seen that half. And
some of them was just so amazing.
It's interesting because both of these lineups are stacked with veterans. You see on Whitecaps they have S, Mikaso, Noobkin, who are all minors or majors veterans, and on Pop Culture you have Squid, Dope, and Time, who are also the minors and majors at different periods over the last year or so. And so these players have had experience playing a much more conservative style, and it looks like they're opting for a much more risky or risk-based style. This, at least in the first half. We'll see if it changes for the second half. But for both teams, we've seen some pretty interesting plays, and we'll see how it works out for them.
Yep. To be honest, I think that Dope and Squid are the 2 dominant flag carriers that have emerged from this half.
Clayrox also had a couple great jukes on time, but and he's a B team player from last week. We'll have to see if he can step up and make his impact shown this half. Mikaso did most of the legwork for the first half, and you could see he was the veteran presence on there. He was making the patient plays, making the smart plays. He had great decision making. And as we enter this half, there's a juke juice spawn in the middle and a rolling bomb top and bottom. So really, the battle will be for the middle power up here.
Yeah, exactly. The rolling bomb is pretty good on Wormy, only if you manage to grab it at the right time.
And it looks like
most of the time
has the
it just ends up being
best positioning on that middle power up, and indeed, Pop Culture are going to secure 2 of the 3 power ups. Let's see if Clayrox or anyone can defuse Dope. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. And time keeping the juke juice on defense. Interesting call.
Was that a lag? That must be a lag. Maybe. Hopefully it is. Because that was really weird.
And Dwarf Fortress making sure to say goodbye to everyone. So you can see right here, Rizzy and Time know exactly how to position themselves. They went right by that bottom boost in the middle. And if you stand right there, there's no way that Clayrox can use the base boost to get out through mid. It basically covers all the angles. There is no angle. And so that's this very sound conservative play as a defender. That's where you want to hang out on this map.
Squid with the flag right now.
So again, we see him heading towards base without a regrab. Not sure if that's intentional or not, but that's the kind of play you wouldn't necessarily see in higher leagues that try to play a bit more of a conservative style. Right now you'd see Dope heading back towards their base. Although he does secure the rolling bomb, and now this is a dangerous scenario.
This is good.
If Rizzy B in time can get the return on Clayrox, this might be a cap. Dope just has to juke S.
I don't know. I feel like Squid should have went back for this attack, bro. Because
that was a gut call because he did have rolling bomb on the regrab, and so if Dope made a play quickly enough, Squid would have had time to take advantage of his own rolling bomb, and he can't see Fred spawning, but he somehow jukes him anyway. S juked out of his pants, and the key there was that Squid didn't even know where Fred was spawning due to his tag throw, and still managed to evade him once Fred's ball came into play. That's great reflexes by Squid. That's really what it is, reflexes.
Oh, shame he kind of missed that one.
Great snipe by Fred, and now they're close to a reset right here.
I think they'll probably get it. It's harder to get the grab.
Oh, poor bomb by Clarox. He bombs Rizzy V right into the return. And Pop Culture are on point for the power-ups again. Squid somehow secures the top or the middle rolling bomb. Rolling bomb is going to be fought between Dope and Clarox.
Fred beat time at the top for the for the attack throw, and that was a fair fight. I'm a bit surprised because how to fight for power-ups is one of the last things you learn as a competitive player, in the sense that it takes a while before you, and we all know that Sue is my major league veteran. That's a
as you mentioned all of this, great plays by Fred using his tag throw to good use, for putting his tag throw to good use, and using the bombs in base by the blue defense, by the Whitecaps defense, to bomb everyone away and into spikes. Great blocks, great plays, and some good patience by the flag carrier to let all his teammates do that legwork. So Dope's in position for the grab. Exactly what I'm talking about. That's how you use those bombs, kids. And it looks like he's going to get the block. Oh, but Fred coming in with the clutch tonight, saving the cap right there. Claywalks was blocked out, and Fred comes in with the save. Fred, by the way...
Mikasa was in the timeout locker because he refreshed.
And Fred, by the way, for those who didn't know, he was picked 16th round by the Whitecaps and has come in as a substitute for Kevin Bacon, who, a former Whitecap, had to quit the team after week 1. And he's been really justifying his spot on the roster. And great juke by Dope using the juke juice. Pop Culture secured all 3 of the power-ups that round, and Dope's putting them to good use. And Dope, with the wall bounce, can he use it? Oh, not quite. So Squid, if I were him, I'd just stay back, maybe camp a boost. Wait till Dope gets set on regrab, but he's going to go straight for base. Dope gets regrab anyway, so it's not the end of the world.
I'm in love with Dope after today's half. I love his style. He just goes for it. I'm not sure it's the smartest way to play, but it definitely it looks super good. He might be waiting a bit too long over here though.
And so here we go. This is going to be a more conventional section for me where both flags are out. We haven't seen it that much so far. And Mikaso knows the bottom power-up's coming up really soon. He's going to wait for it. He gets a juke juice, and he's ahead of all
Fred
4.
needs to block. Fred needs to block right now. Oh, that's such a shame. If he had blocked, Mikaso might have had a chance.
That was a close play, but this really underlines the fact that on a map like Wormy, even when you think you're ahead of everyone, it's just so easy for the opponents to catch up. You either have to take your chance.
You have to take a really S-shaped. You have to take a S-shaped movement in order to get out of base. Nice handoff on Squid. They need to get Mikasa right now. Oh, Mikasa!
And they got him. This is going to be a cap for Pop Culture, tying it up at 1 for this half. Score is 4-3 in aggregate in favor of the Whitecaps.
This is such a close game. It's such a high-scoring game for Wormy too.
And both captains were right. They both predicted pretty low or pretty close games, 12-7 and 15-3, and this game is actually closer than either of them expected so far. So 1-cap game with 5 minutes left.
What a nail-biter.
And both teams really on point with the power-ups. Right now, if Whitecaps wanted to, they could get a free grab. And neither S nor Fred are fighting for any of the power-ups, which is an interesting decision. Not sure if that was due to lack of awareness or if it was by design. Dope using the juke juice on defense. Letting time go on offense with a
very nice defensive switch. Dope switch to defense.
So Squid almost had the boost right there.
Did he do it? Oh, shame.
Time has the rolling bomb on regrab. He has about 10 seconds left on it. Great juke!
Gets past 2!
And that's... What a cap! What a cap!
Beautiful
time, that was vintage.
Blocks.
That was vintage. Great blocks that bought him the time he needed to get the cap, but also great jukes to survive. His rolling bomb ran out, and I'm not convinced that it would have saved him had he made contact with any of the 2 players he split.
So Pop Culture is beautiful offense. Oh, that was awesome offensive support by Dope.
And Squid's close jukes manages to evade both S and Fred, but no longer. And we're starting to see the tides turn here. Great bait by Dope, making S overshoot on his boosts. And it seems like, while the Whitecaps have started gaining a bit better power-up control compared to the first half, the pop culture is really getting the tide turn in momentum here. So I'm not sure what the key has been, but maybe power-ups, maybe we just haven't seen the right power-ups come out so far. There haven't been that many tag throws. Most of them have been juke juices or rolling bombs. I'm looking forward to the next 3 minutes. Right? Pop culture it's the game's tied right now.
Oh, wow.
Noobkin coming in with the flag. He's got 2 in base. If he can get his blocks here, this could be a cap. Oh, great play by Fred using the bombs. And but somehow Rizzy B manages to survive. Sets up the handoff for Dope, but Dope's going to have to take a lap. And good regrab by Fred.
We're going to mad regrab mode right now. Let's see if they still remember to go for power-ups. That is awesome. I love it.
Although right now,
will they prioritize
Whitecaps have the flag. They have to prioritize the flag. They have no choice at this point.
That was good. That was good play.
First tag throw in a long time, and it goes to pop culture. Let's see if they can make good use of it. Squid cannot grab right now, and he grabs, not intentionally, but great bomb by S and Fred, making sure that they take the tag throw out of the game for another, 5 seconds, 6 seconds. Bring off a third of the tag throw. That's a great heads-up play. Now, can they set up a handoff here? Great menacing by Squid. He knew his tag throw was running out, but instead of just going for the grab, he pretended that tag was not running out, assuming that the defenders did not know that, and indeed the defenders didn't. Acted as if the tagger was going to stay along for another 5 or 6 seconds, and that allowed Dope to get a clean grab out, or Squid to get a clean grab out. And now we're in chasing mode. The flags are out. Although, not quite. Fred's got the flag, the defender's got the flag, but he manages to evade. Rizzy gets the return, and now there are 3 on OD. Dope gets the tag throw though. This could be interesting.
Let's see if Dope can make it. Oh, shame they kissed.
Can Time get the top rolling bomb? Not sure if he sees it. Clayrox definitely sees it, and Clayrox is going to try to get it. He gets it, and now he's ahead of 3.
Watch out, boys.
This is a cap. This is a capture. This is one cap game again. Great play. This was all chalked up due to power-ups, I think.
Crazy game.
Clayrox managed to kill one of his chasers going for that power-up, and that was key because at that point there was only 1 guy left in base. And the 2-on-1 block is going to happen every day of the week. Now with 1 minute 10 seconds left in the game, score is 5-4 in favor of the Whitecaps. Can Dope and his boys make a comeback here? It looks like Clayrox is going to get a pretty safe grab out here. He uses the boost. He's ahead of 2. Dope gets returned. But now they're 3 on offensive defense, so it's not going to happen. Or it might happen. Dope making another risky grab.
Oh,
great bomb by whoever that was. I think that was
about the bomb. Nice snipe by Fred.
Good power forward.
This is the last round of power-up. Noobkin is probably going to secure a rolling bomb. This is really scary. This is probably a cap.
Time has to grab here. Great defuse by Squid. Abandoning the top power-up. Good communication by Pop Culture right there.
This is... one shot. Can you do it?
23 seconds. Oh, bad juke.
What?
Oh, what a great block. That was Fred right there, sacrificing himself for the good of the team. And it looks like with 13 seconds left, this is a win. Whitecaps are up by 2 right now, and this will be their first one of the season after going 0-2 last week.
3, 2.
Such an exciting game.
Wow. So we saw a lot more offense this game, with 4 minutes 39 hold by Pop Culture and 3 minutes 11 by the Whitecaps. I'd say Pop Culture played a lot better this half, but again, the Whitecaps managed to edge it out 3-2. A lot of clutch plays by either side. Squid had 2 minutes 10 seconds of hold. Clayrox had 1:56. Dope had 1:54.
These offensive players, I just love watching them because they have that killer instinct. They get the flag and they want to score. They're not thinking about, like, in case if I drop the flag, will I lose the game? No, they're just going for it. I mean, I'm not saying that they're reckless. I'm saying that, to them, they're fresh enough to competitive play, or perhaps they just have a different philosophy to playing altogether, that it is so amazing to watch them play. I'm loving the level of aggression coming from the offensive players on both teams right now.
And to get back to our earlier point regarding power-ups, it seemed like this half, both teams were incredibly disciplined regarding power-ups. I don't think we saw a power-up timer go past 40 seconds, which is impressive for a 10-minute game. Exactly. And I think a lot of it has to be chalked up to the fact that both rosters are quite veteran, and each roster has a lot of experience dealing with power-up timers and such, which is surprising considering that Fred, who's the youngest player on the team, drafted 16th round, was great on the power-ups. He's been practicing quite well and learning from the pros, and it's showing.
To be completely fair, it's difficult to ignore power-ups on Wormy. The map has the power-ups are in very accessible, very often visited spots on the map.
They are.
Props, definitely still props to them.
We were watching another Novice League match before this one, and we were seeing most players seem to be, rather than waiting for power-ups, they were just getting the power-ups whenever they'd spawn. So they'd see this power-up spawn, and then they'd go for it. Whereas this game, you could really notice that the players knew the power-ups were coming up within 5 or 6 seconds. They'd go wait for them, and they'd secure them. And that was happening every round systematically, and I think that's the difference between a good and a great team, is knowing when the power-ups are going to spawn rather than just getting them once they spawn.
I completely agree. It does lead to some funny moments on this map where about 6 people just cluster fuck in the middle.
At that point, so there's two schools of thought here. One school of thought is pack as many people in the middle as you can to secure that power up, because if it's aggro, that is a huge change in momentum. The other school of thought is let the other team put 4 guys on that power up, and meanwhile you can go get a free grab out of it. And we didn't see them go for the free grab strategy, but I think that was mostly because each team was smart enough to leave at least one player on defense throughout all that so that the other team could not get a free grab. What are your thoughts on that?
To be fair, it is difficult to play against a good defense that's adapting to what you're doing. It's very difficult to just say, oh, we get a free grab. Oh, what, Nukin? What? How did you do that? But Squid is freaking. Oh, he can't get out. He's running circles around the red defenders. That was amazing.
Alright, I just entered the game. The score is 1-0. Who capped?
Nukin. He made the offense look stupid. The defense look stupid. But there's gonna be a timeout right now. Suppose there's probably bad lag coming out of the game right now. Sorry about this, guys.
With 9 minutes 20 seconds left, the score is 1-0 for the Whitecaps.
Yep.
Before the
off to a
timeout.
good start.
Very good start for the Whitecaps. They've started both games quite well. After a 6-4 win in Game 1, both halves were 3-2.
That was pretty much... so for those of you that missed it, that was pretty much Nukin showing the new kids on the block how to play offense. He kept extremely close. He was unconventionally close to the defenders, and I guess when that tag, that return is just so close to you, you kind of lose rational thought and you try to just go for the kill, and Nukin just outplayed his defenders. That was really nice to watch. I think he was within 1.5 tiles of both of the defenders for that time.
That's precision right there.
Yep.
He's been playing for a long time. He's one of the most noted map makers in this community. He made the competitive maps like Boot or Blast Off, and one of the favorites of this community, Smirk. And so he obviously has good knowledge of how to use these different map elements to his advantage, and the fine ball control really showed in that cap.
Quick plug on map making. It takes perseverance to make maps. Noobkin's first map was called Forgiveness, and I'm pretty sure there were about 100 spikes on that map. It was utterly unplayable. So don't give up, guys. Just keep. Everything takes practice. So does map making. But let us get back to the game. Talk to me about power-ups, Liquid.
So, we can see 2 tag pros, one in the middle, one on top, and it's going to be interesting to see who gets the one on top, because that one's really up for grabs, and it looks like Dope's going to get it. Both tag pros go to Pop Culture. If I were them, I'd send one of the tag pros back on defense, because at this point, having 2 on offense really is, you're losing marginal returns on here.
Oh, bad bomb.
Yeah, poor bomb by Fred. I think he had to try it, but Dope positions himself properly to take advantage of it, and now all the power-ups are out by this point. What I was saying about tag pros is, if you get 1 tag pro, offense is fine. But if you get 2, you should send 1 on offense to try to get the grab and the tag pro lead, and 1 on defense to clear up the base in the meantime. Because if you have 2 tag pros on offense, yeah, especially on a small map. But if you have 2 tag pros on offense, one of them, and neither player can see where the players they're killing are spawning, which almost acts as a disadvantage. And now we see Noobkin's out. Is he going to use this? Oh, Dope was camping that boost, but I could see a scenario where Noobkin would end up stealing that boost from Dope. That was quite risky play by Dope, but it worked out for him.
I think that was what Noobkin was trying to do. He just slightly missed it. Really, Nukin 1 kill. Can they block? Can they get the blocks necessary?
It looks like they're going to get the
Patience.
blocks here. Oh, Time just slips in from the back door.
Mhm.
Great return by Time. That keeps the score at 1. And
Okay,
about 2 seconds left on the power-ups while on the tag throw.
Dope jukes ass so hard. Well, not really. Ass made a really committal attempt at returning. Dope is in trouble. Can he get
Oh,
out?
he
No,
tried the
can't.
split, but there was no split there. And
One
Squid's
down.
not going to wait for a regrab. He's going to get sniped by S. That's a foolish move by him. A lot too eager on offense. And
I
now
wouldn't
both
be-
teams are reset.
If that was foolishness, I hope they continue being foolish because it's leading to some crazy stuff.
Well, yeah, but when your team is down 1 and you've lost your first game, you have to start playing it a bit safer, I think.
Dope, notable change. Dope has subbed out for Pepto Dismal, and we're now on a power up play again. Pepto gets 1.
And I was under the impression that Pepto Dismal was a defender, but I think I must be mistaken here, because it looks like he's partnering Squid on offense. And Squid waited about 10 seconds, 15 seconds for that rolling bomb to spawn. Let's see if he gets Defuser, if he can put it to good use, and somehow survives.
Nice.
Going around everyone. Great use of the rolling bomb, bombing his defender into a spike. He's going to try to use those top boosts. Nearly threads the needle, but Noopkin was waiting on that bomb, and he was going to trigger as soon as Squid entered the base. That was never going to happen in truth. Pepto going around top. Squid's on regrab, so you got a regrab train going on. But now all 4 Whitecaps are in base. Noopkin gets a quick return. If I were Squid, I'd try to go bottom.
Danger. This is dangerous.
Oh, but Squid
What
splits
the-
them!
Oh, shame.
This is what you're talking about right here. Taking risks, and they're paying off.
Yeah.
And power-ups are spawning right now. Let's see if Squid goes for the middle while Pepto Dismal gets the grab. Yeah, both Squid and Time are on point with those power-ups, but it's Noopkin somehow squeezes the tagger out of both of them, and now Fred's going to secure that juke juice bottom. And this could turn the tides in terms of momentum. Pop Culture has looked like the more dominant team so far, but with the tag throw and juke juice and the tagger spawning in base, this could be another cap for the Whitecaps. They have to act quickly though, because Rizzy B's coming in with the tagger himself.
I think.
And it looks like it's going to be pretty silent. Rizzy B's
They
got
can do-
all
they can
4
do
of them
it.
dead.
Oh, what a shame.
If
Rizzy
Rizzy
is just
B-
a little too far.
Yeah, if he were closer to the flag, they might have been able to get that grab out, and then he was ahead of 4.
Oh, pass 3.
Nobody blocking play rocks though. Time way too close to the flag at this point.
Can he do it?
He's going to pull back. Nice, stays alive. And
Oh,
meanwhile, Noopkin making
better
a
move
smart
right
grab.
there. He knew that he noticed that the defenders were. Oh, that's such a shame.
Well, he noticed
knew
he
the
had
defenders were
room,
distracted.
but also generally speaking, when you're on a 4v2 scenario on offense, you want one of your guys to go for the grab. Because yeah, as long as you're 3v2, you should be safe. And when you're 4v2,
it keeps the defenders honest too. Like you,
Well,
know,
exactly.
you don't want the defenders to be like taking what they shouldn't have by blocking out so far.
Oh, great tag by S, and Fred's gonna go for the juke juice. All 3 power-ups for the Whitecaps. I think this makes 5 of the last 6 power-ups within the Whitecap.
Pass 3.
And they got a block here. Noopkin misses the boost. Oh, what a bomb!
Keep their game alive.
And that was the Whitecaps triggering the bomb there. That was a big mistake by the Whitecaps. That was a cap right there if it were not for that bomb defusal. Noopkin was a bit too hesitant, and that ended up costing him a cap. They're still in the lead though, 1-0, with 4 minutes left to go in the first half of game 2.
I have to compliment Nukin on his grabbing. He is not being stubborn and just bumping his head against the defenders. What he is doing is that he's using the map elements to fish for chances to get out of base.
Oh, Noopkin was trying to go for that V boost,
Oh,
the one where you go up and down, the one that Dope scored on, but couldn't quite get the angle. S secures the bottom juke juice. Time was gunning for it, but S got it in time. And now the top power up is spawning right about now.
What? Oh,
That was a fantastic boost, but great grab by the Whitecaps, or by the Pop Culture, to make sure that there was no cap.
I think I'm gonna tell my minor league team to play Wormy a little bit more risky next week, because it looks a lot more fun. I did not have fun on this
I
match.
mean, I can understand why you'd want that, because you're obviously not going to play, so you just want it to be fun for the viewers.
What a cocksucker! Oh, okay, just come.
that was a cheap shot. I'm sorry, Top.
No, it's okay. Don't worry about it.
Great read by Time. We could see Clayrox attempting the side-by-side jukes, but Time was having none of it, standing his ground. That's what you got to do in that scenario. And we're going to start seeing an amoeba, 6 players fighting for the middle power up. Again, it's a rolling bomb. Both times this has happened, it's been a rolling bomb in the middle. Squid's going to use the rolling bomb, bomb Fred away, and now he's ahead of 3. Ahead of 4 if he gets this boost properly. Oh!
What?
He does get the boost,
No
but it didn't
way.
quite. If Rizzy B were placed on the right side of the flag, he could have bumped Squid right in. But he didn't anticipate that, and we're back to the drawing board for now.
Sometimes you just gotta take the shot.
Pepto-Dismal bombing right back into his the opponent's base. Noobkin not buying on the juke.
2 minutes for pop culture to score a cap, tie up this game. Oh, I know this is getting.
The game's calmed down. Both teams are reset. Power-ups are spawning in about 5 seconds.
Let's see if they remember the power-ups though. Oh, but hang on to that thought. Oh, nice moves by Pepto.
Good jukes. Oh, nice. Jukes the boost. Fred misses that boost, and Pepto heading back towards middle. Smart move, grabs it, rolling bomb. Let's see if he can try to chain the bottom power up with it. He will. It looks like he will. He's going to get that tech throw, and now the smart play is to kill himself.
Sure that's a kiss. That was definitely a kiss.
That was on purpose, and now he's got the base cleared. Great block by Rizzy B. Great block by Rizzy B right there. He knew the boost was coming.
Was so impressive. The presence of mind to immediately go for the, to take out one of his chasers.
That was great presence of mind, but I think a lot has to do with the communication. Pop culture has shown so far, both of these games, that they have really great communication. They've been making really heads-up decisions like that really quickly and under pressure. So right there, what happened, just to replay what happened, Pepto-Dismal, who is the flag carrier, grabs a tag throw, and he realizes that he has an uncontested regrab on his team. And so instead of trying to score flag throw, close one, hold that thought, all right, we're good. Instead of trying to score with a flag throw, he kills himself. He allows him to clear the base, his own base with a tag throw. And meanwhile, his free regrab. What a save by Pepto-Dismal!
Beautiful play though. You have to commend the defense there for clearing the base like that. It looked like an impossible situation, and then it turned out to almost be a score. So that was a really good use of the map elements by the defense.
Absolutely.
But 29 seconds.
And this is 2 great plays by Pepto-Dismal in the space of about a minute.
Yep.
And so yeah, using that tag throw to clear the base up meant that when his flag carrier, the guy on regrab, came into base,
they had to grab right now.
It was absolutely free.
This is probably their last chance. Oh.
And looks like that's about it for this half. Noob can make things happen in 10 seconds. Oh, he's ahead of 2.
He doesn't need to score, right? Noobkin's on the Whitecaps, right?
Yeah, well, the game's tied right now.
2.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh. Wow.
How is that
So
for an entertaining half?
This is a tie?
Again, very close. Well, this is a tie in the first half of game 2.
No, this is... Oh, okay, right, I see. No, this is game 1, right?
This is the first half of game 2.
But it's 0-1, so it's not a tie.
It was 1-0 for Whitecaps before halftime.
I am stupid.
So regarding...
Sorry about that, viewers. I apologize. That was completely unprofessional.
Regarding this previous half, both teams... both teams were quite similar in terms of hold. I think it was something like 3 minutes 10 to 2 minutes 45, outlining the fact that both teams are quite risky but also quite evenly matched. And we're going to be heading back to Pi for the last half of the game.
I think pop culture is showing some really... I admire pop culture's play in that particular half more, simply because like that one play by the entire team where Pepto-Dismal got a tag throw, killed himself. That just shows they are not they're not unprepared for this game at all.
Yeah,
they've obviously
played
this map. They know what is strong on this map. Spawning the tag throw in base, clearing up of FC. That's strong. So I'm very, very impressed. Meanwhile, on the other side, Dope is very impressive with flag carriers. To be honest, almost all of the flag carriers right now are just pulling their weight.
I'd say so. I think, surprisingly enough, Squid seemed to be the weakest one, and I think it's due to the fact that he's trying to force things too much. He's obviously a fantastic juker. He's technically really sound, and if he can be a bit more conservative in this last half, I think he can start getting things to go his way. And it'll be interesting if he's partnered up with Dope or with Pepto-Dismal. He seemed to do quite well with both of them. I'm guessing it'll come down to which one has a better internet connection, and it looks like Dope's going to get back in on the radius or on the Pi half. I think we've been seeing a bit of a contrasting style in both. So while the Whitecaps have tended to play a bit more conservative on offensive defense and try to secure the return before they grab, you can definitely see that's not the case with Pop Culture, who try to grab as soon as possible when they enter base and try to get out, because you can't score if the flag's not in base. And I think that's the mentality they've been going with for this game. So far, though, they lost them the first game 6-4, and this second game is tied so far with 1 half to go. So let's see if they switch things up. I'm guessing we'll be seeing more of the same.
This is how I would like to spend my Monday nights. Tuesday nights, sorry.
And you're lost, aren't you, Top? You have a skewed perception of time.
A skewed perception. Was that a pun?
I don't think so. Not
Okay, good,
intentionally.
because that would be a really bad one.
I mean, those are my expertise, bad puns. Everything all right, Dope?
Yeah, I was just wondering if you guys are in spec.
Oh, yeah, here you go. I'm in spec. Thank you. Good luck.
Gracias.
So, looks like Noobkin's waiting to come in for either Noobkin or who's the other offensive player on that team? On the Whitecaps. Well, Clayrox is already in, but Noobkin's not in his team yet, so I'm wondering if they're looking for a substitution.
Do they have one? I didn't see. Well, they've been playing the same lineup, haven't they?
I'm not sure if Noobkin played in the first half.
Who was the other?
I'm probably wrong, I'm sure.
Mikasa. Right, there we go. Was it Mikasa and Noobkin?
Yeah, it was Mikasa and Clayrox.
Okay. That could quite possibly be due to the fact that Mikasa, guys, ladies and gentlemen, Mikasa is playing from Argentina. So he probably has shitty ping to radius.
Which explains why he's coming in for the Pi halves.
Yeah, exactly. He is I cannot imagine playing on 180 ping and playing like Mikasa.
He played majors for the past couple seasons. That's how good he is. He has incredible juking. One of the best jukers in the game.
Archimedes. No.
I mean, that doesn't take away from the fact that he is one of the most,
anything.
technically speaking, skilled players in the game.
I have to be honest, I've never really watched him play, but I'm going to take your word for it. Let's talk about power-ups.
So in the middle, we've got Attack Grow, and it looks like Rizzy has a great spawn for it. I don't think any of the Whitecaps...
S has an equally good spawn for it. Maybe not.
It's a tighter angle. I'm not sure if it's going to work out.
Yeah, that's true. What? S just gives up.
Rizzy B.
What?
That was poor decision making.
No way.
That was very poor decision making by Rizzy B. You never let go of Attack Row to get the rolling bomb, and I think Rizzy B tried to get the Attack Row and the rolling bomb, tried to get greedy and get both, and instead got the worst deal of the two. And Mikasa using the Attack Row to great effect. He's going to secure the first cap for the Whitecaps. Scores now 2-1.
Kicking himself.
And that was all due to that Attack Row in the middle. Mikasa using it fantastically to secure the cap. This is the second cap that Mikasa uses a Attack Row lead for. And it really shows that he knows how to use it.
Nice blocks. At least getting Mikasa in a reasonably safe position.
After Noobkin capped in the first minute of Game 2 Half 1, Mikasa Clayrox caps the first minute of Game 2 Half 2. So quick starts by the Whitecaps, and it looks like Squid is ahead of 3. This could be a cap, and Squid gets it. Score is tied up again. The first minute of the game has seen 2 caps, 1 for each side. And now Mikasa is ahead of 3. This could be another cap. Oh, this is a flag! But this is a cap anyway. Man.
Oh my god.
If any of you viewers have heart conditions, I please advise you to turn off this stream because this is not safe. This is intense.
Fred, can he make... Oh, he can't make a sign, but that's not too bad.
Great protection by Dope, though, and he's going to go for the kiss here with Mikasa. Oh, the Attack Row kiss. Somehow Mikasa ends up evading all these people.
And
balls flying around left and right. Think you're in some kind of gay porno.
Making by Mikasa.
Great juke by Squid, evading, slipping past through Clayrox and Fred, I believe. And now S is out, and both flags are out. It's going to be a bit of a fest so far. Oh, except for S kills himself. And it's in moments like this that you realize that S plays defense. Sorry, S.
Whoa. That was a weird boost posture.
Great bomb by Time. Time, you could see him lining up that bomb, carefully taking his time, and it worked out for him. Dope! Steals
Snatches a power up.
Right from under Mikaso's nose.
He must be feeling pretty good about that right now.
But S has the tag throw. And so if S can use it properly like Mikaso did, they might be in for another cat.
He's committing way too much with the tag throw. He needs to just scare off. Beautiful grab by me.
Right as you say that. Oh, Dope manages to boost past Mikaso, misses the boost. Possibly due to Argentina ping, and we're back to square one here.
Mikaso is taking it for the first time for like a change of pace. He takes it slow so that his offensive partner can get a grab.
Oh, and if they got the blocks here, not quite, but they have a regrab, so it's not a problem. Now Dope's ahead of 3. If Time gets a sniper return here, he does.
Yes!
Wow!
Yes!
Wow!
Veteran move. He pretty much just blind guess where the opponent FC is gonna be.
And the tables have turned.
10 seconds.
Wow, this is a roller coaster of a game. This is
beautiful snipe by Fred.
A true roller coaster, and it looks like, I believe, Pop Culture secured all 3 power-ups there, although 2 of them were rolling bombs and defused. So just to recap there, Time's boost, which was off the corner, he just figured that Clayrox was going to hang out around that corner of the map because he knew that Clayrox was the last man. He had the flag, and Clayrox, in theory, would want to hang out somewhere. It's relatively safe so that that situation doesn't happen, him not getting sniped and dying. And Time anticipated properly, and I think you can chalk that up to good map knowledge and great experience. An experienced defender knows where his opponent is trying to be at every moment. Doesn't need to see them to know that, and that's where Time shows his experience and skill there.
Experience never hurts.
And the skill to use that corner boost. Speaking of skill,
can they get the return right now?
There you go. That's what I'm talking about, Squid. Taking a step back, being a bit patient, and allowing your team to come back on offensive defense. That's what I'm talking about here. And Dope has been on point with these power-ups. Is Time going to double back to get the tag throw? I would if I were him. And he's going to steal it. Now, if I were Time and Dope, I'd try to get a grab out of here.
And that's what they're looking to do.
Oh, but Dope not using the tag throw to his advantage.
Not enough communication. Like they're obviously not. Offense. When you're trying to use a tag throw to spring your offensive partner free, plenty of time. There's not enough time for you to talk. You just have to, rely on each other and do it with the trust. But obviously Time is the defensive player and Dope is not as. They don't play offense together. But hold that thought. Is Mikaso past 3? Is Mikaso past 3?
He is. Well, he was, but this is Wormy, so now he's past none.
Oh, how quickly are the tables turning?
But speaking of tables turning, the Pop Culture is now ahead 4-3.
Mm-hmm.
In what looked like a pretty good situation for the Whitecaps, Pop Culture has now taken this game by its horns.
Fred. Is Fred gonna kiss?
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was intentional. Fred should have probably left it for Mikaso, who could have led him back into base. Although Fred now has a tag throw in base and Clayrox has a rolling bomb. If they can get a return on Squid, it's not happening.
Squid's past everybody.
Oh man, Clayrox almost double tapped himself on there.
Yep.
Good kiss. I know Clayrox seemed hesitant about it, but my general rule is if your opponent does not want to kiss, then you should kiss. And it did not look like Squid wanted to kiss there.
4 minutes left to play, and Pop Culture leading by 1.
So you can see right there, Fred is a defender. I'm not sure if he knows about that set play that you can use with the bombs to grab. Oh, Dope. Maneuvering around but gets returned. Anyway, what I was saying is that the opponents defuse that bomb, but in doing so, they propped Fred up, who was in position to bounce off the top wall and grab. But Fred did not recognize this scenario in time to take advantage of that free grab, and it made it so that Dope had a bit more time to try to come and score. An experienced offensive player might have a chance to recognize the situation at hand, and try to take advantage, capitalize on the fact that the opponents are defusing those bombs to try to get a free grab out of it, especially that there was only one player.
By Mikaso.
Not only that, but great block by Clayrox. I know you couldn't see the scenario, and Mikaso.
Can they do
wow!
That? Oh my god!
Again,
Is
patient.
that
It is. We're back score tied.
Oh! No no way that actually happened.
If we see another cap within 5 seconds of the first one, this is going to be insane. And Clayrox might well do that. If they can block time here.
Cap. Can they kill him? Can they kill time? Oh!
What a play by
play.
time. Saving the cap there. He was all alone against 2 defenders and manages to get the kiss out of
They
it.
tried everything to kill him or block him or get him off the flag. He just pulls through at the last moment.
But just to get back to that cap by Mikaso, you saw him come into base, use his great jukes perfectly to position himself for a cap, but he knew he didn't quite have the angle, and rather than force it, he just waited for the blocks to show up, try to position himself in place to take advantage of those blocks, and probably great communication by the Whitecaps to make it happen. Oh, great grab by Dope. I don't think that's what he was trying to do, but it worked out. And Mikaso's going to grab that juke juice at the bottom, and it's going to allow him to evade both time and Recipe. And now we're back into the chasing game with the score tied at, what is it, 4-4? I think it is, yeah.
Yep.
And now, wow, Squid last man if he dies as a cap.
Oh!
Wow.
That was a mistake. I have to say that was definitely bad play by Squid.
And now Clayrox can come in for a cap. Dope's all alone.
He's weirdly hesitant. Oh, but I think I know why. Because he figures that he's in the lead and it's better to get a regrab. Because I was his team must have been telling him that they have the last person almost blocked out.
Oh, Clayrox almost gets the double juke. But yeah, regarding the cap that just happened, Squid was the last man and he positioned himself in a very risky way.
And that's a cap.
It is. And just like this, Whitecaps have built up a 2-cap lead with 1:30 left.
They're looking suddenly. I don't understand why the pop culture just suddenly looks really lost. You notice there for a moment they have 4 people just wandering around the middle of the map going like, what do we do right now?
Oh, Squid missed the snipe there. If he'd gotten that blind snipe, that would have been another cap, redeeming cap, which is a very important cap at this point in the game. Being down by 2. But yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head there. It looks like pop culture are quite disoriented and not quite organized at this point in the game. Oh, great juke by Squid, using the pump fake to get past Clayrox, and a return here would be a cap, but there is no return. He's going to have to take a lap, does not recognize it, tries to be greedy, and it doesn't work out for him. At this point, though, with 49 seconds left, you kind of have to be greedy.
Yeah, that's true. Clayrox, are you the savior? Oh no, Clayrox doesn't need to be the savior.
Wow, he nearly jukes 3 though, and Dope's out ahead of 3.
Oh, shame.
With 32 seconds left, Squid has to make something happen right now.
It's mathematically possible, but I'm like, nah.
Good heads-up bomb by time. We haven't seen that very often, using those bombs to get the return, pushing them into the spikes. And with about 25 seconds left, it's the first time I've noticed it so far this game. I guess better late than never, but at this point, with a 2-cap deficit to make up within 10 seconds, it looks like Whitecaps are going to take this game 6-4. 6-4.
3, 2,
Good half, isn't it? Yeah, good game.
It is a good game, and if you look at the hold stats, you can see that with the addition of Mikaso, the Whitecaps took 6 minutes of hold out of the 10 minutes of play, whereas Pop Culture only had 3 minutes 52.
That was
hold
definitely a dominant half by...
Absolutely. And they really turned it on in the second half of the game. Hold is generally a good indicator of who's dominated possession of the game, who's dominated the tempo of the game. And it was clear through the stats here, and even just by watching the game, if you watch the stream all over again, you're going to see that for this whole second half of Game 2, it was clear that Whitecaps were in the lead, and were taking charge. There was a bit of a hesitant section right at the beginning of this Game 2, Half 2, where Pop Culture got a couple quick caps in quick succession. But it didn't phase the Whitecaps. They regathered, regrouped, and managed to get their momentum back and get those 3 caps they needed to win.
What was the final score?
6-4. 6-4 in Game 1, 6-4 in Game 2, both for the Whitecaps, who are now 2-2, and Pop Culture get their 2 first losses of the season to make their record 2-2 as well. Pretty evenly matched teams, but I have to say Whitecaps just had that edge, that patience that Pop Culture didn't have.
Pop Culture showed moments of extreme brilliance. I would say like more individually flashy plays than what the Whitecaps did. But
I would have to agree with that.
But in the end, there was some amazing team plays on the part of Whitecaps, as well as I would have to. I'm gonna give the maybe not MVP, but MVP for the game, but most valuable player for that half was definitely Mikaso. I feel that putting him on added the needed leadership and knowledge or how, like, for example, how to use Attack Pro that made all the difference in that half.
Absolutely, and we saw even in the first half that he played, he had 2 of the 3 caps. He dominated both on offense and on defense. He used the Attack Pro to secure that first cap. And in that last half, you saw him in control of the offensive side of the game as well. Clearly showed why he was one of the most skilled players in the game in terms of juking, and definitely one of the most skilled novice leaguers this season.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I have no clue why he's playing novice league. It's not even fair. So what about some interviews?
Yeah, sure. How about some interviews? Let's go see Pop Culture. Let's go to their channel. So, good game, guys. What were your thoughts on in Game 2, Half 2? You were up by 1, and with about 6 minutes left, what were you guys thinking at that point?
I don't really know. What was the question again? I wasn't listening.
So you're saying, let's throw this game. No, there were a couple quick clutch plays, especially by Pepto Dismal when he used that tag throw to secure the cap. He had the flag, had picked up a tag throw, killed himself on an opponent, and then came back into base, cleared the base, and made way for Squid to cap in, I believe it was Game 2, Half 1. Was that intentional, or did you guys communicate that? How did that play work?
No,
it was really in the moment.
So,
as soon as the tag pro popped up, like I knew there was the opportunity to grab it and clear out base as soon as I died with it. I already like told Squid to like get the regrabs as soon as I died, so it was pretty well orchestrated.
Yeah, that was a great heads-up play by you if you just picked it up, thought of it on the spot. How about the Game 1, Half 1? Dope, do you remember the cap you made using that V-boost?
I didn't really say anything. I just kind of
We
listened
were
to Squid
freaking out on
compliment
stream.
me.
That was amazing.
I just didn't really say anything. I just kind of walked away from it.
Walking away from that explosion.
Cool guys don't look at explosions. Well,
Yeah.
well.
Go for it, Todd.
So what do you guys when do you guys practice? How much do you guys practice a week?
Almost every day. Like, we have official practices 2 days before our games, and then the rest are just kind of us like messing around, scrimming, going over stuff, all that. So we practice almost every day if people show up.
I have to say that you guys have some really great individual like skill caps on your team, like I think that if you guys practice more as a team, you guys would be one of the more dominant teams in this league.
Yeah,
Some of the caps you guys made just had me going like, what?
Another example of that, which would be a bit more on the defensive side of things, is I believe it was in the second half of Game 2. Two knew that there was only one guy to beat who had the flag, and he blind boosted into Clay Rocks, bounced off a corner, and got the return that Squid needed to cap. That was just a great heads-up play and another demonstration of how skilled your roster is. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Sue. I don't think your viewport is big enough to be able to see where Clay Rocks was. So I'm guessing you just guessed.
Yeah, probably. No.
Sue answers nah, but he knew where he liked to hide. So again, as you were saying, great awareness by Sue. Let's go see what the Whitecaps had to say. Again, congratulations on the good individual performances, and you guys gave up or put up quite a fight. It ended up being quite a close game. I think score was 12-6. Dopey predicted 12-7, although it did not go your way.
The opposite, yeah.
Good game, guys, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks.
Thank you for the really exciting game.
Hey, Liquid. You guys playing hockey or what?
I don't think there will be hockey, but are you guys up for a couple quick post-game interviews?
Yeah.
No.
Fuck you too, Mikasa.
Because we were just talking about how you really came into that second half of Game 2 and had a huge impact on the flow of the game. How was your ping on Pi, first of all?
I think that game was getting 180.
Holy crap. And that definitely did not show through your game, especially with those tag pro leads and the quick jukes that you were making. Really smooth stuff. But in Game 2 Half 2, you guys were actually behind by 1 with about 6 minutes to go. What were you thinking at that point?
Let's do something quick. It's pretty much all I was doing, like, let's just do something. I was like...
So not getting too ahead of yourself.
Yeah.
Just trying to get that quick cap and get momentum back for you guys.
I think like we were all pretty chill during the entire game. Like no panicking, no one like yelling or anything. We were just playing, you know?
Yeah, and you guys actually got 2 caps in very quick succession to get the lead back there. So definitely worked for you guys, just making those quick plays, trying to get the heads-up plays going. And you guys got power-ups a lot in that second half. Was that a conscious effort, or did it just happen organically?
No, that was conscious. Everyone was timing every power-up, and we were always on top of them. Near
Also-
the end, we kind of forgot about them, but that was all of us, because we were just hyped because we were up.
Yeah, you guys had that on lockdown. Mikasa, so I noticed that I would say that you're extremely proficient with using attack prone offense. Do you have any advice to other players, perhaps trying to improve their attack pro leading or their attack pro like helping the offensive partner grab? What do you just like try to tell us what you're thinking when you have attack pro near the flag?
I have to say that was all Clay. I was just trusting that he was going to stay right by me. I said, we're going, we're not stopping for anyone. He's like, okay, and he just followed me through the entire way, like right behind me. It's more of a whoever's behind you. It's not about you being tag pro lead. You have to trust that the guy behind you is going to follow you exactly how you do what you do, you know?
How about trying to break the flag free? How do you go out for the kill, or do you try to push them away from the flag?
For grabbing with tag pro?
Yeah, like helping your partner grab the tag pro.
We were playing Wormy, so it's pretty much just hit a bomb and like pray that something good was going to happen.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
And one last question for S. I'm not sure if you or Trendy Grub are in charge of roster decisions, but I noticed that Mikasa and Noobkin, who both have NLTP experience, never played together in a half. Was there a specific reason for that?
That's something you'd have to ask Trendy. I know he's the one that does all that stuff, but if I can quote Noobkin right here, before we started the game, he said, "Clay, if you want to play this whole game, you can, because is it okay if I swear?
Yeah, absolutely.
I fucking hate Wormy."
Well, I guess that clears that up. Well, regardless, great game. You took both games 6-4, and your first sweep of the season, your first 2 wins of the season. Hopefully you guys can keep that run going next week.
Against an amazing team too, I might add.
Yeah, this was no short feat, no small feat, winning against Pop Culture, and you guys made it look easy.
Well,
Good game. Good luck next week, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
all right, thanks.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks a lot for streaming.
So that concludes our stream of Week 2 of NLTP Pop Culture against the Whitecaps. Tune in next week for another exciting game of Novice League Tag Pro. This was Liquid, my co-commentator was Top, and we'll catch you later.